All right, it's time to go over the Buffalo Bills and look at the fantasy assets on this offense to see who we want to target for fantasy football in 2024. There was a lot of offseason changes, a lot of people going, we've got a lot of people coming in, so we really need to nitpick and find out which ones we want to really look at for fantasy football. If we look at the depth chart here real quick, we look at the offense here, the quarterback position, we do have Josh Allen. Now, a lot of people do have Josh Allen as the number one quarterback overall in this season. I do not, but I think that he is still fantasy relevant. He is up there as one of the best quarterbacks to have in fantasy football. He lost a lot of his targets, especially his main weapon in Stephon Diggs. We'll go over that in just a little bit. But I think just the rushing floor alone will make Josh Allen a fantasy relevant quarterback. Still going to be a top 5 quarterback. He's going to be up there. I really like Josh Allen this season. He's going to be able to give you a consistent amount of week in and week out numbers. You're going to have to pay a hefty price tag for him, as a lot of times he's going off the board as the number one quarterback coming off the board. But if you want to pay that price tag, go ahead and get it. But we have to really break it down to find out who do you want to correlate with Josh Allen to get some of those fantasy points for your roster. Let's just go over the running backs real quick. Let's throw up the depth chart. As you can see here, we do have James Cook as the number one running back here, with Ray Davis coming in number 2, the rookie out of Kentucky. They also have Ty Johnson and Darrington Evans as well, but we're really not worried about those two as far as fantasy football goes. We're all about James Cook, what he can provide for this offense as being the 1A guy. And then we also have Ray Davis, the rookie out of Kentucky, coming in, which I think is going to vulture some of these touchdowns. Should be a good goal line back. And overall, Ray Davis is a pretty good running back. We graded him pretty high when we did our rookie profile. So I do like this offense as far as the running back situation goes. I think the offensive line is good enough to get it done. I think James Cook is definitely the main runner here. He should be able to have a lot of opportunities to score plenty of fantasy football points for you. And I'm excited to see what comes out of all of that. So let's look at the wide receivers here. This is where the biggest change goes. We don't have no more Stephon Diggs. We don't have any more Gabe Davis. They are completely out of the complete mix here. And we look at, let's just look at the depth chart real quick. We got Keon Coleman slotted in here as the number 1 guy. He's the rookie out of Florida State. Khalil Shakir is the wide receiver that's coming back from last season. Did really good in the offseason or in kind of the wake of everybody else. I should say, not really the offseason, but during the season. He still has some pretty good performances. Curtis Samuel's coming over here from the Commanders. I think Curtis Samuel will be solid. Justin Shorter, he's the rookie out of Florida, 6'4" wide receiver. Could make some noise as well. Matt Collins, the big body wide receiver that they got over there from the Falcons. And then Andy Isabella, who spent some time over there with the Cardinals. Overall, the offensive wide receivers are kind of shaping up a little bit. I know there's even Chase Claypool is kind of, out there in the camp saying, oh, he could be decent, he could be fine. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't want to stay clear of Chase Claypool. Don't look at all the camp issues and what's going on. All these people talking, hey, go get this guy. We need to focus on a couple guys here, right? Keon Coleman, the rookie, the big body guy, spectacular catch kind of guy, can get up there and kind of go get it. Somebody you really want to look at, I believe. Curtis Samuel should be the number 1 wide receiver for this offense, especially in PPR leagues. He should be out there doing a lot of good things for your fantasy team. If you're either half PPR, full PPR, he's going to get probably the most points out of any of the wide receivers on this offense. I'm planting my flag on Curtis Samuel. I would say go get this guy above and beyond everybody. So let's just look at the tight ends real quick, throw up the depth chart here. We all know Dalton Kincaid, who could be the number 1 target share kind of guy on this offense. And then Dawson Knox, the tight end that's really touchdown dependent in my opinion. Now, Dalton Kincaid could be the number 1 guy. Now that Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis is completely gone, they're going to have to throw a target to a lot of people. And like I said, Curtis Samuel could be that guy. Totally fine with it if it is. But I think overall, we're probably going to be looking at Dalton Kincaid as the man going forward. More of a pass catching tight end, not really a blocking tight end. That's really what Dawson Knox is for. And a lot of people are drafting Dawson Knox later on as like a sleeper. I would not recommend you do that. He's more touchdown dependent anyway. If he doesn't score a touchdown, he might get you 1 or 2 receptions for 5 yards. That's not going to win you a championship, not going to win you any type of weeks. I would just stay away from it. And the 1 or 2 times he does become fantasy relevant just because he catches a touchdown, and you can do without that. Don't waste your roster spot for that. But overall, the Buffalo Bills, I think, will be a good offense to have. You just got to make sure you get the right pieces, right? So just a little bit of overview of who I would like. Probably Josh Allen for sure. He's going to be one of the top quarterbacks based on really his rushing alone, and then it's going to be kind of like the cherry on top for all the passing yards that he gets. If you're looking at the running back position, I do like James Cook and I do like Ray Davis. I think he can have some type of flex appeal for you. If we're looking at the wide receiver position, Curtis Samuel is my number 1 guy. Love him. I think Keon Coleman is worth taking a shot at, and I also think Khalil Shakir could have some fantasy relevance too, maybe as a wide receiver 3 or a flex option for you. If you're taking taking a really dart throw in the dark, I think that Justin Shorter could make something happen. I like his draft profile. I think he did okay. He's not something that's gonna like popping off the screen for you or anything, but I think he can make some noise just because he's 6'4" and he can actually catch the football. So I do like that. And then Dalton Kincaid, I would stay away from Dawson Knox. I do like Dalton Kincaid. But that kind of wraps up all the Buffalo Bills for us, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. It helps out the channel tremendously. And we're going to be doing a breakdown of every team in the NFL. We're doing videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of something coming out, and maybe even more. We're trying to drop tons of content so that way you can best prepare yourself for your fantasy football leagues. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.